Did you know that James Harden had 7 steals against the Magic a couple weeks ago? I did not know that until tonight when I watched this game. And Harden has had some moments this season where he's been really locked in on defense. I think this is a good, perfect storm of just like Harden actually trying a lot off the ball and a piss poor Magic offense. The Clippers are so aggressive. They love to double team, and they can get away with it because by putting 2 on Paolo, because their offense is stagnant. They don't have a lot of cutters, not a lot of like off ball screening or anything. But Harden just kind of can roam off of Corey Joseph, who isn't a shooter, dig down and get a steal. His hands have always been his best defensive trait, similar to a lot of less engaged offensive engines. But look at Harden racing back in transition. Paolo bobbles it. That's steal number 2 right there, and turns that ball the other way for the Clippers, who of course would go on to look at my guy Derek Jones. Oh my God, I needed him to finish that. This Clippers team is so awesome. I love this Clippers team. And I like how physical and attentive Harden is playing on defense. Like, one, this Magic offense just badly needs more players that can actually dribble the basketball. But he sees like the 6'10" Paolo coming to seal him off. Harden beats him to the spot, gets his hand in there, and knocks it away. And part of this is, KCP maybe not throwing the best pass as well, and good D by Kawhi to pressure. And then Paolo, I think, just sometimes does not use his body like he should, in my opinion, in terms of creating space, being physical, using his insane God-given athletic traits. But that was steal number 3 for Harden, and he's really effective as like a post-front stealer, especially, again, like, I don't know exactly what this pass was, but Harden working to fight through Paolo, getting over him and deflecting the pass, keeping it in bounds, starting the fast break. So that's steal number 4, I believe, right there. And unfortunately, the Clippers couldn't convert that one into a basket. Again, we're going to see Harden as a pass lane defender where he's really active with his hands. Again, covering 2 at 1. And look at this Clippers like shell. This isn't really zone. I don't think this is zone as much as it is just like insane rotations, right? Where Zubac's defender is shading Paolo, so that means Kawhi has to sit on Carter, and then Harden plays this gap, and then Dunn plays this gap. It's almost like football, right? Where you have like your defensive lineman playing gaps, and Harden is really good at like playing this gap by himself because he has quick hands and he can react to lazy passes like that one from Banchero and goes the other way and ends up scoring. Harden is still so good, man. It is ridiculous. I think that was steal number 5, and his last 2 came at the most important minutes. Clippers pulling away 3:19 and defending Paolo in isolation and just rips him clean. Again, we see the hands showing up right there, getting his paws in there, ripping it out from Paolo, turning it the other way. And then a few minutes later, similar situation. Harden, gets beat off the dribble initially, but recovers, swipes it out off of Paolo's knee for steal number 7. Harden, man, what an incredible performance. This was tied for the second highest steal game of his career. Number 1 was a game in 2016 against the Jazz, which is pretty hilarious, where it was, again, just like a James Harden hands masterclass. And see some similar stuff here against this fascinating old Jazz team, right? Beverly and Dwight, Hall of Famer Dwight, are doubling the ball. Harden is going to have to basically guard this gap, right? 2v1. He's basically guarding 2-on-1 here, right? Sinking down on Derek Favors, not letting him step up, but he also has his eyes and his hands in this passing lane. Jumps it, goes the other way. It starts the fast break. Look at this. This cracked me up. Look at who that is initiating the... Why do they let Rudy Gobert blow? Why? Look at, man, Rudy Gobert ISO blows by the defender and turns it over. This is good defense by Harden. Again, kind of baiting this one. Is that Monty Eunice? Oh my God, Demo. And then Harden gets out there. But anyways, Harden, wasn't perfect in the Magic game by any means. It is a lot of gambling and swiping at times. I do think it was good in this game overall, but still you'll see him, like, again, not playing the gap as focused or like in an athletic stance as he could, and he just swipes instead of trying to recover, and Anthony Black is able to get into the middle and score right there. Harden like didn't really chase much around screens, but this was also part of their scheme. Like with like the Harden Zubats pick and rolls against Franz, they were just giving him floaters and giving him mid range jumpers, regardless, especially with the point of attack defender if it was Zubats regardless of who. But still, Harden's I don't think never going to be a guy who's like attaching to screens and really powering through them. But he can definitely execute a game plan. And I mean, the Magic just don't challenge him much, and part of this is the Magic offense. Like Paolo is not a threatening enough shooter for, and this is just like you have Harden on Paolo. Why are you running him off of a screen to get a three? Like, why not? I don't know, have KCP set like a ram or a rip for him, and like get him in the post right here. Like I don't know. This just is so easy to guard and doesn't put any stress on Harden at all right there. I don't know. And again, like Corey Joseph just kind of sitting here, not a threat. Harden can do whatever he wants. And then Wendell Carter shooting like under 20% from three. Yeah, so Harden definitely boosted by Orlando's lack of offensive options and definitely had quite a few bad plays guarding Paolo. I mean, that's one downside of him, right? Like with the Clippers defense, they do like to switch a lot, even with Zubats, but Harden like has his moments, but he's going to reach on the ball. He's going to try to use his hands, and when that doesn't work, he's going to get beaten. Zubats is definitely good, but I don't think he's the kind of like helper. He's no like Mobley or Draymond or, Rudy or Gobert or Wemby or Chet or whoever in terms of like your help side rim protectors, but yeah, just not built to handle Paolo. But that's fine, right? Like the Clippers have other guys for that. They have Kawhi. But this was a fun Harden game. I love James Harden. Always have, always will. Don't care what people say with the fouls. Harden is the GOAT. But anyways, just wanted to talk about this game because I thought it was interesting.